Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
It is a cold, chilly, rainy day in Toronto. Thank goodness there is a dome, because it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Toronto Blue Jays in the final game of a three-game set from Rogers Center here in Toronto. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with John Flaherty, I'm Michael Kay. Well, out of nowhere, the Yankees have lost 3 in a row, and in this two-game set so far, they have stopped hitting. The offense has gone south. Take a look at the numbers. The offense, 222, 284 on base percentage, and 323 slugging. Just 5 runs last 2 games. Volpe, Soto, Judge, and Rizzo, 2 for 31 combined. And the starters, who were so great over the first 15 games, well, their ERA is 6.92 during the streak. Aaron Judge, a little bit of a concern. He was asked about his struggles.
Just like every year, still trying to improve, still trying to work. Yeah, just when I'm getting my pitch, just missing it, but we got to keep throwing out good at-bats, take my walks when I can if I don't get anything, and just keep staying aggressive. That's the only way to, get out there and put some hits, especially with our lineup, is, you got to keep swinging. It's baseball. You go through ups and downs like this throughout the year. Obviously, you don't want to start out like that. But we keep throwing out wins. We didn't win tonight, but all we can do is show up tomorrow and keep working and, end the series with a win.
Well, tomorrow is today, and Yankees try to salvage the final game of this 3-game set. They send Marcus Stroman out to the mound, and this will be the second time this year he faces his former team.
Yeah, Marcus Stroman gets another opportunity against the Blue Jays. In the home opener, he was right on time. Obviously a very energetic pitcher, but also a pitcher who pitches to the corners, and he relies on his movement. He does not rely on velocity. He had the good two-seamer going against the Blue Jays during that opening game. 6 innings, 6 shutout innings for Stroman. He didn't get the win. He got a no decision, but it was an impressive start against the Jays.
A 1-1 so far, an ERA of 2.12, allows just 4 earned runs in 17 innings, 7 walks, 17 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 180 against him. He has pitched very, very well for the Yankees so far. Well, this is not a strange round for Stroman. He used to pitch for the Blue Jays. He's been there, done that many, many times. So we'll see how he does in this matchup. When we come back, lineups, first pitch, baseball, Yankees, Blue Jays, next on Yes. Your local Tri-State Buick dealers. By Yale New Haven Health, powering medical breakthroughs. By FanDuel, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed when they place any $5 bet. And by Hyundai, it's your journey. Own every mile on a brand new Hyundai. Look at that threesome right there. All ended up in Blue Jay uniforms. But Mattingly now the bench coach for the Blue Jays as the Blue Jays take the field, led by Kevin Gausman, who will start the final game of this 3-game set. So let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup that will face Gausman. It's brought to you by TikTok. The Yankees try to awaken their offense. Volpe, Soto, and Judge at the top. Rizzo, Stanton, and Torres in the middle. And Verdugo, Cabrera, and Wells the bottom third.
Aaron Boone sending that lineup out at 3 o'clock start against what should be the ace of the Blue Jays, although the number's not there yet for Kevin Gausman. It'll be his 4th start, and the ERA inflated at 11.57. Check out our Nissan pitcher scouting report on Gausman. The number's not good because he had some shoulder fatigue in spring training, so he's definitely building back up. And if you're the Yankees, hunt that heater. Look for the fastball. Velocity is down, and the batting average against is up at over 400. But the split finger fastball, the neutralizer, he's got a good one.
Let's look at the defense behind him. You've got Varsho, who made a great catch in the 9th inning on a Rizzo line drive. He's in left. Kiermaier in center, and Springer over and right. In the infield is Biggio, Bichette, Schneider, and Guerrero third to first. Kirk behind the plate, and he will be catching Kevin Gausman. Here's Anthony Volpe. Struck out 4 times in the game yesterday, only the 2nd time in his young career he's done that. He's 1 for 8 in this series, still hitting a robust .349, 2 home runs, and 8 runs batted in. Yankees head home after the game. They'll have a 3-game set against the Tampa Bay Rays, and then following that, it'll be the Oakland A's coming to town for 4. Volpe ready. Gausman is ready. And let's do it here in Toronto. First pitch low and inside. We're underway. Ryan Willis is the home plate umpire. Carlos Torres at first. Charlie Ramos at second. And Chad Fairchild is over third. Chad is the crew chief. One and one. Yankees are 12-6, and the Blue Jays are 10-8. Now Gausman against the Yankees on April 6th at the stadium gave up 6 runs and only recorded 4 outs in that game.
Well, it was noticeable in that game that the fastball velo was way down. And early on, it's much better than it was in that start, 94, 95 miles an hour. And I think the Yankees expected that his stuff should be a whole lot better this afternoon than it was the last time they saw him.
Now, he said his velocity was down, but he wasn't worried about it. He said, quote, "I think it was just cold weather more than anything." Now, his velocity bounced back a bit the last time against Colorado, but he again was roughed up. 6 more runs and 10 hits knocked out in the 4th inning against Colorado. Let's take a look at Gausman on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. This is his velocity last couple of years. So it's dropped more than a mile per hour on the 4-seam fastball. Grounded to short. Bichette. High throw. And Volpe is safe. Guerrero pointing to the dugout thinking he got Volpe on the sweep tag.
Well, we get another look at it. The throw high. That's close. Definitely got Volpe on the back with the tag.
Well, the Blue Jays are going to challenge. They'll use their 1 challenge.
Toronto is challenging the call at first base.
And you got to be sure if you're going to use it in the 1st inning, because now you lose it. Challenge replay is brought to you by Citizens Made Ready. I just can't tell, John.
Yeah.
Was the foot on the bag when he got tagged on the back?
Good look here.
I don't know if they can overturn that.
That's going to be so close. It might not be one that you would overturn. That might be the one right there. Like maybe they just got him.
I'm glad I don't have to make this call. Oh, Anthony has seen the replay. He's staying at first base, playing the replay in the center field board here at Rogers Center. I love them all crowded around the TV. What do you think?
Well, it becomes a big play, right? I mean, the Yankees struggling offensively. Would love the base runner. Gausman, who's been struggling, would love to get off to a good start.
And here we go.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Toronto will retain the challenge.
I guess they saw enough.
There it is right there, just before that right foot makes contact with the bag.
That'll bring up Soto. 1 for 7 in this series. And we told you in the open, the Yankee bats have just gone quiet in these 2 games against the Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays have really good starting pitching. That was their hallmark making the playoffs last year.
Yeah, Bassett was great in game 1. Kikuchi even better in game 2.
One, 2-1 on Soto. Judge on deck. Three and one.
A lot of times you talk to pitchers who have shoulder issues, and it was shoulder fatigue in Gausman's case. Takes a little bit to get the velocity back, but maybe even a little bit longer to get the control back.
And there is ball 4, so Soto works a walk. Now Soto had his 9-game walk streak snapped yesterday. He did have a hit, but back to his walking ways as he'll take first base with Judge coming up. All right, John, it's time for the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, if you're Aaron Judge, who's gotten off to a slow start, you want some positives. He's got good numbers against Gausman. Batting average over 300 with 4 home runs. And then that bullpen for the Yankees with Hamilton to Holmes, well rested. They need to be a part of this one. And Guerrero Jr. has had a couple of good games, singles and 4 walks.
Judge fouls it off. Now, Judge had a home run against Gausman at the stadium, and he has had 4 home runs in his career against Kevin. Now you see his numbers against Gausman: 313, 4 home runs. Now his 3 home runs, his 182 batting average, and his 394 slugging percentage, those are the lowest numbers of his career after 18 games. He doesn't seem worried. And as long as he's healthy, I guess you shouldn't be worried.
The one thing that Aaron has been mentioning, he's getting pitches to hit and he's fouling them off. He's missing them, and that's the telltale sign that maybe the timing's not there, just a little bit off.
One, 2. 2-2 on Judge.
In Flash, you mentioned that timing. I spoke to Aaron Boone about what he's been seeing in the at-bats the last couple of days, and he said he's just not dominating the fastball like he typically does when he's in one of those great stretches, fouling him off, just missing, and that's what Aaron Judge said in the clubhouse last night. One thing Aaron Boone continues to say, one guy I'm not worried about on this roster, it's Aaron Judge. He's going to find it.
You can tell a lot about how a hitter is feeling and picking up the baseball. A couple of good takes against Gausman, so with the good numbers, sees the ball well out of his hand.
Strike 3, Judge down looking.
Well, he throws a split, he throws a slider, but he just catches Aaron Judge looking here, maybe looking off speed. Clips that inside corner at 96, so the velocity so much better this outing against the Yankees than the last time they saw him.
Let's take a look at the home plate umpire, Ryan Willis. He is considered neutral. Fewer inside strikes, more strikes up and down. Ryan's in his 5th major league season. Line drive, it's a base hit to right field. Springer fields. Soto stops at second. Rizzo hit the ball hard twice yesterday and had nothing to show for it. Picks up a base hit right there.
Targets up and in, and it ends up down and in, just where the lefties love it. You see Anthony Rizzo just dropping the bat head and driving it to right field, and I think he's trying to get something done here in the first. They got the right guy at the plate. Stanton with big numbers against Gausman.
One and 0.
7 for 18 against Gausman with 2 home runs. That's a .389 batting average. Could be right man in the right spot.
Two and 0 on Stanton. Didn't start the first game. Was 1 for 4 yesterday. Also scored a run. First and second, just underway here in Toronto. Yankees and the Blue Jays. Fouls the fastball back, 2-1. Yankees 2 for 12, runners in scoring position. Blue Jays 4 for 23. Three and 1 on Stanton. Before the game began, the first 2 games of this series, the Yankees hit 164, 10 for 61. They slugged .213. Have not hit a home run. Stroman's looking for some runs before he takes them out. Well, that'll start the base runners. 3-2, 2 outs.
Couple of good swings from Stanton on those fastballs. We'll see what Gausman goes with here. 3 and 2. I told you the numbers. You know that Gausman knows them.
And there's ball 4, and the Yankees have the bases loaded for Gleyber Torres. Gleyber looking for his first home run. He has just 2 ribbies and a .206 average. There's a slider for a strike. Some players around the big leagues with 0 home runs and pretty big names.
Big names.
Oh and 2.
Notice in those first 2 swings, the first take and that swing, that front hip just leaving so early from Torres, not able to work the outer half of the plate.
Big spot for the Yankees to put up a crooked number here in the first. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He dialed that one up to 98. He found some velocity and got it right past Torres. Blue Jays lineup, their starting lineup brought to you by TikTok, Springer, Guerrero Jr., who had 4 times on the bases and 5 plate appearances yesterday. He'll bat second. Bo Bichette, the shortstop. Middle third, Turner, Biggio, and Schneider. And the bottom third, Varsho, Kirk, and Kiermaier.
Marcus Stroman in the middle of his warm-up tosses. You see the numbers on the year, and they are very good. It'll be his 4th start, the ERA at 2.12. We'll check out our Nissan pitcher scouting report on Stroman. Back where it all began, he was a #1 pick by the Toronto Blue Jays, and he pitched 6 seasons here, 2014 to 2019. And this will be the 75th time that he is working on this mound at the Rogers Center, and good numbers in the home opener against the Jays. 6 shutout innings.
Well, the Blue Jays have won 4 straight. They're 6-2 on their homestand after a 4-6 record on the road to open the season. And a strike to Springer. Sky the other way and out of play, so quickly 0-2. Behind Stroman is Verdugo, Judge, and Soto in the outfield left to right. Infield Cabrera, Volpe, Torres, and Rizzo. That's third to first. Stanton is the DH. Wells is catching Stroman. Soft ground ball, first base. Rizzo touches the bag for the first out.
Well, you're going to watch Stroman go about his craft this afternoon, and you're going to see 6 pitches that he will use: sinker, slider, cutter, splitter, slurve, and a 4-seamer. He only throws that 4-seamer about 6% of the time, so everything has movement.
So here's Guerrero. And a strike, and the count 0-1. Did he go? Yes, he did. 0-2.
Well, the one thing that's been very noticeable in this series, Guerrero a lot more patient than we saw him at Yankee Stadium. Clearly went on that swing. And when he has some strike zone discipline, a very dangerous hitter.
Grounded and past a diving Rizzo into right field. A base hit for Guerrero.
Not a whole lot you could do here if you're Stroman and Wells behind the plate setting up away, and it's off the plate away. Just a better job of hitting by Guerrero, staying on it, slapping it the other way, just out of the reach of Anthony Rizzo.
So here's Bo Bichette, 1 on, 1 out. One and 0. Two games started against his former team for Stroman, sporting a 0.82 ERA. John mentioned this is his 75th start on that mound. Made one with the Cubs as well. And in the 74 previous starts, a 3.47 ERA. Two and 1.
Well, Stroman has been a very good pitcher for a long time, and he does it a little bit differently than the modern pitchers do it today. It's all location, it's all movement, and it's 90 miles an hour on the fastball, but he pitches to the corners and just off. And if you're Austin Wells behind the plate today and you watch these two work together, you see Wells moving a lot behind the plate. He sets up off the plate away, off the plate in, and it's going to be very important that he receives the ball well today to get some of those close strikes.
And there's ball 4. So first and second one out. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Justin Turner. One and 0.
Mentioned that Stroman has a cutter, but he didn't throw it a whole lot the last game against the Marlins, only 6% of the time. Thrown it a lot more in his first 2 starts. We'll see if that pitch shows up again today. It's such a back and forth game for Stroman. Slider off the plate, down and away for a ball, and then he tried to run one in on the hands of Turner, trying to get that double play ground ball.
Two and one. Just caught the outside corner. 2-2. Good pitch.
Thing we've noticed about this Blue Jay lineup in the first 2 games of the series, really doing a good job spoiling tough pitches, working deeper counts. Yankees last couple of days out on the mound have really had to work against this lineup.
Three and two. Grounded to third. There's one. And there's two. Stroman got just what he needed. And around the horn, 5-4-3. Double play. No runs hit. 1 man left. We played 1-0. Alex Verdugo will start off the second inning and leads us to cooking up something special with Hexclad. Last 8 games, he's starting to click. 370, 5 doubles, 6 walks, and OPS of 1.152. That was after hitting 143 in the first 10 games. So he's starting to find the stroke. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Verdugo in the 9th inning lofted one down the right field line. I wondered if he got enough. He didn't wonder. He said he got it off the end of the bat, John. He said, I was just hoping that it stayed fair, that I'd hook it foul. It did stay fair. He got himself a double, but not the home run that would have tied the game.
Yeah, it is funny, though, how hitters will tell you the ability to keep it fair tells them that the path of their swing is right on time and through the middle of the field, because if he was just a little bit out and around or a little bit early, that ball is pulled foul.
The 0-2. Fouled away. So the Yankees started the season 12-3, and after their 3-game losing streak, now 12-6, trying to go home on a winning game.
Especially taking it into an off day tomorrow, right? Try to pick up this final game, feel a little bit better about things. Get home, enjoy the off day tomorrow, and look forward to the Rays coming into town.
Guerrero flips to Gausman. Nice play by Gausman to get Verdugo.
Not an easy play, because Guerrero went so far to his right, he probably should have let Snyder come up with this one. And this is the tough part, the timing on the flip. A little bit behind. Gausman able to get that right foot on the bag.
Here's Oswaldo Cabrera. Guerrero looks like he has fun playing baseball. A lot of smiles and a lot of laughs. Oswaldo, with runners on base, hits .458. With the bases empty, he's 4 for 27. That's 148. Overall, 291, having a good year in the early going. One-two on Cabrera. He's 2 for 6 in the series. Only one that has more hits in the series, Verdugo with 3.
It's really noticeable with Cabrera this year as opposed to last year how the high fastball is not giving him as much trouble as it did. That foul ball, the path of his swing is so much shorter and more direct to the ball than it was last year.
Two and two. Popped up, shallow left. Varsho makes the play. The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to your favorite ballpark. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Here's Austin Wells. He's trying to find his stroke. Early going, hitting 103. He's had some just miss moments, long fly balls that reach the warning track, but not over the wall.
Well, Jose Trevino has picked it up offensively. He's been swinging the bat so much better his last 4 starts. Wells kind of looking for that one game to get yourself going.
You know one thing I've never seen, John? A catcher with the pitch sheet that he uses for Stroman on his arm while he's batting.
While he's hitting.
Yeah, they usually take that off. But Wells has it. And he walks.
There it is.
I've never seen him do that. I wonder if he just forgot to take it off.
Well, maybe he's changing it up a little bit.
Could be. Could be.
Try to get something going.
There goes Wells, swing and a miss, no throw. Stolen base for Austin Wells.
It's just another catcher who can steal bags. Austin Wells, great little secondary lead and takes off, the element of surprise.
How many stolen bases you have in your career?
I think 6.
Beautiful. How many caught?
A lot more than 6.
1 and 2. Head first slides,
Yeah,
pop up.
No. It was basically just falling down.
1-2. 2-2 on Volpe. You know, the vagaries of baseball. Anthony had 10 strikeouts and 70 plate appearances coming into last night's game. Then he had 4 in 4 plate appearances. First career stolen base for Wells, so 5 away from Flaherty. 2-2. Lofted into center field, coming on Kiermaier. He's there, and that'll do it. Well, we just checked it out, John. You had 10. You lost 4 along the way.
Speed kills.
Yeah. Yankees. Today's submissions come to us from Ray, who shared this picture of him with his daughters at a recent Yankees game. Nice family outing. Hope to see many people out this weekend as well. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Biggio leads off. And there's a strike. So there are a couple of stolen base notes. Wells, this is according to Connor Foley, our colleague at Yes. On August 23rd of 2023, while at AAA, Wells had a stolen base streak come to an end. But prior to that, Wells was 55 for 55 in stolen bases, dating back to his college and college summer ball days.
55?
Yeah. Right back to Stroman. He reads the lettering on the baseball, tosses to first. 1 away now. I've got a question for you, John. So we went to break. You had 10 stolen bases, not 6. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But you were caught 19 times. Well, why were you running wild like that?
Well, I would assume there was a lot of hit and run situations that the batters missed it, and I was hung out to dry. But if you look at the ratio there, the analytic team would not be.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't sign off on that. 1-0 on Davis Schneider.
So, I mean, do we have to look at Austin Wells differently now? I mean, 55,
I guess so.
That's a big number.
That's a big number. Is it true, though, it's not always about speed? It's about reading moves and savviness, about taking off at the right time on the right pitch?
Well, it is. And, you know, one of the best base running coaches I had ever had was Davey Lopes.
Base hit to right field by Schneider,
who was the first base coach in San Diego. And I'll never forget it. I get traded there. I get a base hit in one of my first games. And he tells me, he says, hey, I want you to look at this guy's right hip or whatever he did. You see, that was like a secondary lead, almost like a delay steal. Got a great jump. But Davey would say, I want you to look, you know, at his right hip or left hip something. And when he does this, I want you to take off. Now, I came from the Detroit Tigers where we weren't stealing bags. We were trying to hit doubles and home runs. And it took me about 2 pitches. And Davey, he got upset.
Really?
He said, when I tell you to do something, you do it right now. And sure enough, the next pitch I took off and I was safe. And he pulled me over afterwards and he says, Bruce Bochy was the manager. He said, Boch gives me full flexibility with the running game. If I see something, I can tell you to go. You don't need a sign. And he said, I'm gonna have some stolen bases for you this year. So
nice.
I think there's also a mindset that has to change, right? You know, like Austin Wells, they're looking for an opportunity to do it, as opposed to 2 or 3 base hits before we could score.
Big cut. Count 1-2 on Varsho.
And Michael, the Yankees work on that every spring training on some of those moves that you're talking about, Flash. Matt Tallarico joined the organization a little while ago, and he's been working with guys specifically to try to get them in the right mindset and make sure that their form is okay, when to leave, how to lead off a bag to kind of increase that.
Driven deep to right field. Soto back on the track, turning, looking, see ya. Into the Yankee bullpen. A home run for Varsho. It's 2-0 Toronto.
Well, we've seen Varsho make some outstanding defensive plays, and his bat is starting to heat up a little bit too. Blue Jays out to an early 2-0 lead.
Pitch to Kirk inside. Third home run for Varsho.
We talked about Stroman, how he pitches to the corners and he pitches with movement and location. When he misses middle of the plate, sometimes he's going to pay the price.
So ball 4 to Kirk.
It just runs right back to the middle of the plate. It's supposed to be that front hip two-seamer that stays in off the plate and leaked back over, and Varsho was able to get to it.
Matt Blake, pitching coach, comes out and talks with Stroman. So that'll bring up Kiermaier. And a strike to the Blue Jay center fielder. Runner on first base, 1 man out, 2 runs in. It's 2-0 Toronto here in the second. Kiermaier did not like that call.
Marcus Stroman will take this, though. That is down off the plate. Wells brings it back up.
And the pitch. In on the hands, fouled away.
Really good job there by Austin Wells, making sure he got that target way in off the plate. And give up a home run as a pitcher and the ball leaks to the middle. It's really important for your catcher to set up in, way in off the plate. Well executed pitch by Stroman.
Chop to first. Rizzo boots it. Kiermaier reaches. Kirk moves to second.
Well, the Yankees are struggling defensively the last couple of games as well, as Rizzo comes in and kind of a funny hop off of that turf. I'm sure it had some spin.
Well, that scored a single.
Wow. Another look at it, the high chopper, and then the spin just gets a piece of Anthony Rizzo.
Oh, 0-1 on Springer. Foul back to the screen. 0-2. And the pitch. 1-2. 2-2. And the pitch. Third base. Taking the out at first. Runners move up, 2 down. So big spot here for Guerrero. He singled to right in the first inning. Second and third, 2 outs. 2 hits, 2 walks last night. Fouls a slurve bat. Yankees have had trouble with him this series. He's reached in 7 of 10 plate appearances. He was ice cold on the season opening road trip where they were 4-6. Yankees held them down in that series in the Bronx as well. Well, just a matter of time. He's too good of a hitter. I hope you get out of town before he heats up, and that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, it's really been plate discipline for him. When he gets in swing mode, as Bichette waiting on deck, he gets in swing mode. You don't have to throw a ball over the plate. And here with an 0-2 count, Marcus Stroman has a few chances. If Guerrero wants to go outside of the strike zone, fine, but you do not have to throw him a strike.
Just missed.
It's really noticeable how Wells behind the plate, how off the plate he's giving his targets just to make sure these pitches don't end up in the strike zone.
Grounded to third. Nice play by Cabrera. Gets to his feet, fires, and the scoop by Rizzo. A beautiful play by Oswaldo Cabrera to save a couple of runs. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 men left. The tough one on the backhand, and it gets up, fires a 1-hop strike to Rizzo. Stat overlay. Play along, win cash prizes, and earn Yes rewards to redeem for gift cards and gear. Download now, and remember that if you get Yes on TV, then you get the Yes app for free or sign up for a subscription. Really solid play by Oswaldo Cabrera. Saved 2 runs. Toronto 2, and the Yankees nothing. Soto will lead off. It'll be Soto, Judge, and Rizzo against Gausman. Up and away. 1-0. Ground ball and past a diving Schneider, just off his glove into right field. So base hit for Soto to start off the third.
A good start to this game for Soto. Walked in the first, and now a hot shot on a slider. Able to get in between the hole there, between first and second.
Here's Judge. Struck out looking in the first inning. He's 0 for 9 in the series with 5 strikeouts. Pitch outside, 1-0. You know, Judge has been struggling at the start, John, but you see him in the clubhouse. There's no outward irritability or that he's upset. I just think he thinks it's a matter of time before it comes together.
It's a long year. He knows at the end of the year, as long as he's healthy and in the lineup, the numbers are going to be there. But, you know, on the inside, it's getting to him a little bit, right? And especially the other guys have been picking up the slack. And Soto, Rizzo, Stanton, Verdugo now starting to get going. Volpe has been great. But, you know, now that you lose 3 in a row, take some responsibility.
2-1.
And that's the difference right there. You can see the shake of the head from Aaron Judge. It's a 2-0 fastball. It's middle in and it's down, and he fouls it off. As a hitter, you work so hard to put yourself in fastball counts. And when you get it and you foul it off, things get a little tougher.
Hit sharply to short. There's one. And there's two. A 6-4-3 double play.
Again, you walk back to the dugout thinking about the fastball you had to hit, and you fouled it off, and now you get jammed in a pretty routine 6-4-3 double play.
One and one on Rizzo. Rizzo single in the first inning, single right. One and two. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Rizzo down on strikes. No runs a hit. Nobody left on base. Let's go to the bottom of the third. Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center by Bet365. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And by Honda. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today. 2-0 Toronto over the Yankees. Beautiful city of Toronto. Bo Bichette digs in to lead off the bottom of the third against Stroman. On a strike. You know, one of the theories about the Blue Jays is that window is closing because Bichette's a free agent after next year. Guerrero is a free agent after next year. Will they be able to keep both of them? They both came up, cost certainty over a certain number of years. And if they couldn't win during their years, I mean, are they going to have to reset? So that's something that's a concern. They feel they have the pitching to actually go far in the playoffs, but they've been swept the last couple of years.
I'm wondering if what we're seeing lately with this Blue Jay team is going to be a difference maker, though. How they're starting to more contact, more base on ball, you know, not over swinging and giving an opposing pitcher easy outs. We'll see if that trend continues. We've seen it for 2 days. They've been grinding through some at bats.
Tap to Torres. You know what's curious to me, though, John? We just saw the Blue Jays in the Bronx. And what we watched was a completely different team than the one we've seen here in Toronto. The one in New York did not foul off the amount of pitches that this team does. It's like it's a different team in this ballpark. Now, home field advantage, there is something to that. But why would it manifests itself in the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Well, and you think about Carlos Rodon last night, he had a good fastball, right? I mean, he had good stuff last night and just had a tough time putting away certain hitters in that Blue Jay lineup.
Now, you could understand it if, okay, the next time you see them after you saw them in the Bronx was a month and a half later. Well, this is a week later, and it's a completely different approach and a completely different team. They opened with a 10-game road trip, and the reason they had such an extended 3-city road trip at the start was Rogers Center has been undergoing renovations. They wanted to make sure that it was done. So they put them on the road for all those days, and they didn't fare that well. They were 4-6, and now on this homestand, a 9-game homestand, this is the 9th game, they're 6-2. Popped up. Wells is there. 2 outs. There's Kevin Biggio. He has a 9-game hitting streak. He's 11 for 30 during that streak. And on this homestand, he's 8 for 22. This is a guy who was mentioned in the same breath as Bichette and Guerrero. They all came up together and kind of fell out of favor, lost his job. A couple of different players at second base, but he's kind of worked his way back into the big picture. And John Schneider said, "I'll never give up on you, so don't give up on yourself."
Well, he's such a valuable player in the fact that he's playing third base. He could play second base, hit from the left side.
And that'll do it for Biggio. That's a good inning for Stroman. He retires the Blue Jays in order. Giancarlo Stanton will lead out the 4th inning against Kevin Gausman. You know, 2 straight rough starts for Gausman, one against the Yankees, one against the Rockies. And he certainly was in trouble in that first inning, then reached back against Torres. Threw a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. That has been non-existent so far this year. Now he's settled back down with his velocity, but when he needed it, John, he dialed it up right there against Torres, and the Yankees left the bases loaded.
Yeah, and it's also a veteran pitcher who stayed away from Giancarlo Stanton, although it loaded the bases. He knows the numbers that Stanton has owned him, so he stayed away from that matchup, and he went right after Gleyber Torres. But the stuff is noticeably better, and you know, Gausman has talked about it. When I get about 8 starts under my belt, I'm going to be just fine. So as long as he's saying his shoulder that there are no issues, the Blue Jays have a lot of confidence he'll get back in form.
You know, spring training is the length it is for a reason, and you know, being shut down because his shoulder was barking, you know, he's behind the curve, and I think the same thing applies to Aaron Judge. You know, he didn't get as many as bats as he usually did because he underwent the MRI for the abdominal issue. Everything turned out fine, but still he had to sit and wait and not take at bats in games, and I think you need a certain amount of bats to feel good.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt. I mean, there are some guys who go to spring training and think about Gleyber Torres was locked in the entire spring and then got off to a slow start. And then there are other guys like Judge who you miss a lot of spring training and you're just looking for that one game or that one mechanical key to get yourself going. And it just hasn't happened yet.
Swing and a miss. Got him on the splitter. 1 down.
You can talk about the velocity with the fastball, and it's better, but you also get better finish on your secondary pitches when you're developing some strength back in that shoulder. A good split down.
It was Gleyber Torres. 1-0. 1-1. Two and one. Gausman led the American League with 237 strikeouts last year. And he was third place in the American League Cy Young voting behind Garrett Cole, the winner, and Sonny Gray, who finished second. In fact, he's had back-to-back 200 strikeout seasons, and only Roger Clemens and Roy Halladay have done that with the Blue Jays.
Fastball up, and then the split finger down and in right off of that left ankle.
The 2-2. Now you look at Gausman, he's in great shape, and he's become in better shape than he was when he was in college. He pitched at LSU, and he had a ritual, John. He would eat 4 small powdered donuts between each inning he pitched.
Sounds delicious.
A little fattening. Grounded foul, and then when he got to the Orioles, Brady Anderson, who is a fitness freak who works in the front office, stopped that and said, no, you do not do that anymore.
Well, back at Fordham, you used to do the same thing. You weren't worried about it.
I'm doing it now. Strangely, Meredith keeps buying these donuts for me to eat between each inning. He also has a superstition the way he gets ready before the game. He puts one sock and goes to get something to drink, come back, take it off, and then go get something to drink again. Put it back on and do the same thing. So far it's working. He struck out 3 in a row.
Well, he's a good right-handed pitcher, but from those superstitions, it sounds like a lefty.
Yeah, he's got a little southpaw.
Yeah, a little different.
Here's Verdugo, grounded to first. That was in the second.
Just talking how left-handed pitchers are a little bit different. And why did I just think about your good buddy Al Leiter when I thought of that?
That's the normal leap, I think.
What about tomorrow for him? Is it tomorrow his son's getting to start?
It's tomorrow against Detroit. Yep. Yeah, I think he's going to be. It'll be like 5-6 Red Bulls in.
Congratulations, Al.
Grounded right side to the left. Schneider fields and gets Guerrero, and that'll do it. Yankees go down in order 1-2-3. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 Toronto.
The Raj Center, it's time for today's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Garrett Cole continues his throwing program. He's increased throwing to 75 feet and has thrown on back-to-back days on flat ground, according to Aaron Boone. When asked if there's a date when they think he might get back on the mound, Aaron Boone said, not yet. They have it all mapped out. It's going to depend a lot on how he recovers, but he expects him to throw on flat ground all of next week. But small progress, but progress nonetheless, guys. He has a ball in his hand. He's throwing again. Good news for the Yankees in their rotation.
1-0 to Schneider. There's a strike. What about Canely?
He's been throwing bullpens. Aaron Boone said a couple more bullpens, and they'll think about sending him out on a rehab assignment. That'd be a nice addition to the back end of that Yankees bullpen.
2-1 on Davis Schneider.
And Marcus Stroman really setting the vibe in the clubhouse earlier today. I don't know if you noticed it when you walked in. He had a candle in his locker. The music was kind of relaxed music, getting ready for today's game. I know that's how you get ready for the game.
Absolutely. You also see what he does on the mound, and it's a big thing for him. No joking about it. He takes deep breaths.
Breathing,
It's
yep.
a lot of breathing that he's able to center himself on the mound.
That's something he's worked on a lot over the years. He takes pride in being able to remain calm, control his emotions on the mound. Also, you'll find him reading. Sometimes in the clubhouse, he has a bunch of books in his little cubicle there in the clubhouse, and tries to really get in the right frame of mind.
Well, that's what Michael does too. He does a lot of reading before the games to get to that chill space.
Not necessarily before the start, but maybe days leading up to the start.
When I watch him, Meredith, though, you know, there are a lot of times as catchers we're always telling our guys, hey, don't overthrow. You're overdoing it. You're overthrowing. You never see that with Stroman. So in control.
Popped up. Stroman wants it. And he'll make the play. He's an outstanding athlete, very good fielder, and the infielders didn't panic there that he was going to catch that.
Well, the one mistake that Stroman made came to this guy, Varsho, with that 2-run home run. When he tried to throw a fastball in off the plate, and it just ran to the middle.
Grounded to Volpe. He gets Varsho. Oh, and 1 on Kirk. Two and two. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fouled away.
This at bat right here is a clinic from Stroman on what he does. It's just off the plate with movement. In, out, down, cuts it, sinks it.
High fly ball. Judge puts it away, and the Blue Jays go down in order 1, 2, 3. The Tampa Bay Rays coverage begins at 6 with Audi batting practice today in the pregame, with first pitch scheduled for 7:05. And remember, if you get Yes on TV, you can get the Yes app for free or sign up for a subscription. Audi scoreboard. We go to the 5th inning. It's 2-0 Toronto. 4 hits for the Blue Jays, 2 hits for the Yankees. Both Yankee hit singles, and the big hit for the Blue Jays, a 2-run home run by Dalton Varsho. So it'll be 8-9-1 in the Yankees order against Kevin Gausman. And a strike. Inside, 1-1. Gausman's in the third season of a 5-year, $110 million deal. And the Blue Jays made a choice. They could pursue Gausman, which they did, or bring back Robbie Ray. Ray won the Cy Young with the Blue Jays in 2021, but they let him sign with the Mariners for similar money, and then he needed Tommy John surgery this year. So it looks like they made the right choice. If you let a Cy Young Award winner get away, John, you know him better than anybody.
And they did their homework on this right-hander, who's now at 81 pitches. His last outing he threw 78, so trying to build on that pitch count.
Austin Wells on deck. Continuing to battle. Checked his swing. Third base umpire Chad Fairchild said he did not go.
That front foot down so early, able to hold his swing and recognize that split down and away.
Tap slowly, third base side, foul. Cabrera with a fly ball to left in the second, putting together a good at bat against Gausman, starting the fifth. That one is ripped down the right field line. That's going to be trouble. It is a base hit, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. Cabrera hustles into second with a leadoff double. Good at bat.
Well, the end result is going to be a split, a broken bat, and a double. But the pitch before that, Oswaldo was able to foul off and check his swing. Those are the pitches that you earn another look at that split. Elevated and just hooks it into the corner.
So a good start to the inning for the Yankees. Here's Austin Wells, who walked and stole a base in the second inning. Fake throw to second. Saw him yesterday. Trevor Richards is up in the bullpen for the Blue Jays. (0-1).
Austin Wells, his job right here, get the bat head out, drive the ball to the right side. Situational hitting here. Got to make sure you get Cabrera to third with less than 2 outs. And Cabrera had an at bat like this. I think it was in Cleveland that he said he was just trying to get a ball to pull and advance the runner, and he pulled it into the seats for a home run.
0-2. Still 0-2. Anthony Volpe on deck. And the pitch. 1-2.
Split bounces, and Kirk has a reputation of being one of the best blockers from that one knee stance. Metrics look at him very favorably behind the plate.
Got something in his eye. Looks like everything's okay. And the 1-2. 2-2. And the pitch. Hit sharply right at Bichette. Not in time for the double play. Pretty good base running by Cabrera to get back.
Well, a few things going on here. Wells, who hits the ball right on the button. Nothing to show for it, but you're right. That is great base running. Freezing on a line drive, because your first instinct is to take a step towards third.
He got back in time. No challenge. Here is Volpe, 0 for 2 in this game. Broken back, ground ball is short. Bichette gets Volpe. Cabrera stays put. Well, let's check out FanDuel's live same game parlay. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed when they place any $5 bet. If you noticed, John, every time Volpe runs to first, the helmet flies off. Never happened last year. I can't recall it happening.
I don't either.
Soto swings and misses. Lightly's Gosman's last inning. He's at 94 pitches. Richards is ready in the bullpen. Driven into center field and deep. Going back, Kiermaier. Still back, and he's going to play it off the wall. Scoring easily is Cabrera. Soto will hustle into second with an RBI double. Yankees on the board. It's 2-1 Toronto.
What a huge swing of the bat for Soto, because it just felt like for the last couple of days the Yankees stalling a little bit offensively. It was going to take a 2-out knock to score Cabrera, and Soto thought he got this. Another look at the swing. He comes out of the box thinking it's a 2-run homer. Yankees will take the double and a run on the board.
So here's Judge. Tying run is on second. He swings and misses 0-1. Toronto 2, the Yankees 1. Top of the 5th. Soto picking up his 16th run batted in. That leads the Yankees. Judge is 0 for 2, struck out looking and wrapped into a 6-4-3 double play. 0 for 10 in this series. Check the swing, 1-1. One and two.
Gausman's been unpredictable this afternoon. When you get ahead in the count, 2 strikes, you're thinking split, but he's able to sneak that fastball by some of the Yankee hitters.
2-2. Three-two. Swing and a miss. Got him on the splitter. Judge down on strikes. Soto stranded at second, but the Yankees get a run on 2 hits. 1 man left. We're halfway through. It's 2-1 Toronto. The raffle is now open during every home game at Yankee Stadium. 1 lucky fan wins half the pot, and the other half is donated to the New York Yankees Foundation. Buy your tickets now at Yankees.com/5050. Kiermaier fouls off the first offering as we start the bottom of the 5th. One and one.
Well, shutdown innings so important after your team scores a run, but especially here in the 5th with 9-1-2 coming up for the Blue Jays. Looks like that's it for Kevin Gausman. He looks like he's on his way back.
Hit sharply and off the glove of Gleyber Torres, trickles into right field. A base hit for Kiermaier. He's going for 2. The throw from Soto. Got him. We'll see after the replay, but the umpire at second base, Charlie Ramos, said they got him, trying to stretch it into a double.
Yeah, Kiermaier can't believe it. He was hustling right out of the box, putting pressure on the Yankees defensively.
And they are going to challenge.
The head first slide.
Toronto is challenging the call at second base.
Looked like his hand got in there. Another look. Tough to tell from that angle.
They're taking a good long look at it. Soto is watching the replay on the center field board.
The runner is out. Toronto has lost their challenge.
And it is upheld. So a single and the put out at second, 9-6.
Well, what a momentum shifter with this call. Look at the whole play. Glaber can't come up with it. Kiermaier hustling, putting pressure on Juan Soto. The bare hand throw, one hop accurate, and then the tag from Volpe.
Probably got him on the backside right before the hand hit the bag. Now remember, the call on the field was out. So it has to be something that's definitive for them to overturn it. Springer, big cut. 0-1. One and one.
Another look at Glaber going to his left.
1-2 on Springer. Two. Just missed outside. Stroman definitely works the edges. He's got a number of pitches that he commands very well, and he's trying to get you to just open your swing path a little bit more. Ground ball to short, backhanded by Volpe. Throw to first. 2 away.
Anthony Volpe made that play look really easy. That's not an easy play. The backhand where he really gets down into it, and then the throw across his body right on the money. Nice play.
Four assists for Soto this season. You saw he had 14 last year, so people run on him, but he seems like he gets a lot of outs. It's actually 14 since last season, 4 this season.
Today's game, so much is made of a pitcher trying to get through a lineup 3 times, but Stroman has so many weapons. I mentioned the 6 pitches. He can give you a different look from at bat to at bat.
Swing and a miss, chased outside, and that'll do it. No runs a hit, nobody left on base. We go to the 6th. Verlander will make his season debut off the IL Friday, and Ozzie Albies placed on the 10-day IL with a fractured big toe. Big names going onto that IL throughout the first couple weeks of the season. Trevor Richards in his 9th game takes over for Kevin Gausman, and he'll face Anthony Rizzo.
Well, we saw Richards in last night's game. Loves his changeup, throws it over 60% of the time.
Yannis Cabrera is warming for the Blue Jays in the pen. One of their 2 lefties. 2-1. Popped up on the left side. Biggio drifts over in foul territory near the stands, makes the play. Time for the Audi electric moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Well, Gausman trying to work his way back from shoulder fatigue, and the velocity was definitely better with the fastball this time around than the last time the Yankees saw him at the stadium. Good fastballs, good splits. Got the pitch count up to close to 100, and good outing for Gausman.
Five innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. He threw 101 pitches, so certainly a step forward for him. 0-2 on Stanton.
The Blue Jays have to be thrilled with that outing, and you start thinking about the rotation. Barrios is off to a great start. Bassett looked good the other night. Kikuchi, and now Gausman.
Stan has walked and struck out today. Grounded left side, grabbed by Biggio, glove side. 2 away. Yankee offense remains stalled. Looks like their bats got caught in customs. Pitch outside the Gleyber Torres. Crowd of 30,233. Afternoon game here in Toronto. And a strike from Richards. 1-1 on Gleyber. Gleyber struck out twice. Change up. 1-2. Just caught the lower part of the outside corner. Two and two. Fouled away. Well, the Yankees will head home after the game, and then Friday start a 3-game set against Tampa Bay. And Toronto will head west, and they'll begin a 3-game set against the Padres. Check swing, but a foul tip into the glove of Kirk. And Torres strikes out for the 3rd time today. This is a 5, so middle of the order. 285, 144 home runs, and 1 World Series. So that was in 2009 with the Yankees. Played with the Blue Jays in 13 and 14. And modeled many uniforms. Any clue, John?
Well, I played with him in 2005.
Okay.
But I have no idea.
Stroman deals a strike to Bichette.
I think it's coming to me though.
You going around the locker room? Is that what you're doing?
No, he started, you know, I was an old man in 05, and this player must have been a young man in 05 with all those teams that he played with after the Yankees. So you start figuring out who came up at the end of my career.
But how were you an old man in 05 and you're a young man now? I don't understand how that works.
You know, Meredith Marakovitz was so nice to point out that I did not steal a base as a New York Yankee in the 3 years that I was there. And I explained to her that was year 35, 36, 37. You don't steal too many bags when you get that old.
No. I'm surprised Meredith would even go there.
And I didn't take it as a shot. I just think it was an interesting, fun fact.
Deep right field off the bat of Bichette. Hitting high off the wall. Playing it out there is Soto. He fires in. And it's a double for Bichette.
Again, Marcus Stroman does not make too many mistakes with his location. This was one of them. Up, out, over the plate. Varsho took care of the mistake early on. Bichette gets one up middle and drives it the other way. Stroman has been so good with his location. Can really only count 2 pitches that have missed badly.
Here's Justin Turner. 6th hit for the Blue Jays. Yankees have 4. Blue Jays have a 2-1 lead. There's a strike to Turner. Turner wrapped into a double play and fouled out to Wells. One and one. Missed high. 2-2.
I don't think it missed high. That looked like a pretty good pitch. Stroman can't believe it. And you have a hitter like Turner up there who's gotten off to a good start. You need this call. .98 pitches for Stroman. He did throw 101 his first start of the year.
Dribbled slowly to third. Stroman looks at third, fires to first. One away.
Well, Stroman's going to take a peek at third. He knows he has plenty of time with Turner, and then wisely takes the out.
Another good performance by Marcus Stroman. He leaves the ball game with a runner on third. 1 man out. Yankees down 2-1. We're in the 6th. 2 bobblehead giveaway that was rained out has been rescheduled for Saturday, April 20th. So come see the Yankees take on the Rays. And the first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive an Aaron Judge number 62 bobblehead, the second of a 2-part collectible set, courtesy of TikTok. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. So Stroman's day is over. And he goes 5 1/3. Runner at third is his responsibility, and he turns it over to the lefty Caleb Ferguson. Yankees bring the infield in. Ernie Clement is going to pinch hit for Biggio. Foul back.
Ferguson pitched on Sunday, and Cleveland took the loss in that game. There are the numbers for Clement. A good right-handed hitter, very simple approach, swing. Infield defense is in, trying to cut that run down. And this was back at Yankee Stadium. Talk about that simple swing and the ball jumps off his bat. That was against Ferguson. Some good memories of this matchup for Clement.
Swing and a miss. And Clement pinch hitting, down on strikes, 2 away.
Ferguson not messing around. 3 fastballs. The last one up out of the zone gets Clement to chase. Big out.
Oh and 1. Yankees want to keep it right here. They've had a tough time scoring runs. And a strike, 0-2. Ferguson coming in and throwing strikes. Ferguson's defense betrayed him in extra innings in Cleveland on Sunday. That started this 3-game losing streak. Yankees lost that game. Could have swept the Guardians. And now that's turned into losing the first 2 here in Toronto for a 3-game losing streak. Inside, 2-2. High fly ball, deep center. Judge back, still back, makes the play on the track for the final out. Runner stranded at third. We will go to the 7th. Yankees down by 1. It is brought to you in part by FanDuel. New customers can get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed when they place any $5 bet. By Hyundai, it's your journey home every mile on a brand new Hyundai. And by the New York Lottery, get out there and play. Hyundai scoreboard, top of the 7th inning, 2-1 Toronto leads. Blue Jays going for a 3-game sweep. Yankees trying to avoid the sweep. And the Blue Jays turn to Genesis Cabrera. This will be his 7th appearance.
Well, this will be his lane. You have Verdugo, Cabrera, and Wells at the bottom of the Yankee lineup.
Clement takes over at third. He pinch hit for Biggio. Tried to bunt. Verdugo did, and it's a foul ball.
Not a bad idea. Left on left. Clement playing way back. Third baseman.
Verdugo down on strikes. Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam.
Well, you see Cabrera at third base, the backhand, and then the strong throw on the 1 hop. A lot of top spin on this ball. That's a tough part of the play, and then he used the turf to complete it.
0-1. Hit shortly, a base hit pass to diving Clement as Cabrera is 2 for 3. Well, he's trying to keep this job, John.
Well, he certainly is, swinging a hot bat, and whenever he faces a lefty, is he going to hit right-handed? Is he going to hit left-handed? Obviously, he liked it from the right side here as he drills that hard ground ball into left field. Austin Wells going to get this at bat against the left-hander Cabrera, and the way Trevino's been swinging the bat lately, maybe there was a thought of sending him up there, but in the 7th inning, Aaron Boone decides to let Wells get it.
2-2. Foul back. Ground ball to first. There's one. Throw to second. There's two. 3-6 double play off the bat of Wells. After 6.5, it's time for the 7th inning stretch in Toronto. 2-1 Blue Jays. Juan Soto. Oh, he's Juan Soto. Kevin Gausman, a bounce back start for him. 5 strong innings. Dalton Varsho, a 2-run home run against Stroman. That came in the 2nd, and so far it's held up. And Varsho leads off. And that one is crushed to right center field. Soto back on the track, and that ball's gone. Another home run for Varsho. It's 3-1 Toronto.
Varsho had a lot of home runs in Arizona before he was traded over here to the Blue Jays. Kind of had a slow first year, but he's starting to pick it up now. 2 home runs today, 4 on the year. When your bats have quieted down a little bit, that just feels like a big run.
Popped up. Rizzo there makes the play.
Another look at the swing. Fastball right down Broadway. You see that top hand just rolls over. He hooks it into the right center field seats.
Kiermaier with a big cut. 0-1. 1-1. Ian Hamilton is ready. Two and one. And Kiermaier checks the swing and works the wall. And with Springer coming up, here comes Boone. And he's going to call on Ian Hamilton. 1 run in, 1 run on, 1 man out. We're in the 7th. It's 3-1 Toronto. Hamilton coming on to face Springer. Game with a live stat overlay. Play along, win cash prizes, and earn Yes rewards to redeem for gift cards and gear. Download now, and remember that if you get Yes on TV, then you get the Yes app for free, or sign up for a subscription. So Caleb Ferguson gives up the home run to Varsho, and then a walk to Kiermaier, so they turn to Ian Hamilton. This will be Ian's 7th game. 10 1/3 innings.
Hamilton has had 3 days off, so he is well rested.
Kiermaier a threat to go. Held at first by Rizzo. That's a base hit through the right side. Soto charges, quickly holds Kiermaier at second.
First pitch fastball out over the plate, and Springer just stays right on it. Big hole between first and second.
So here's Vlad Guerrero, 1 for 3. First and second, 1 man out. We're in the bottom of the 7th. It's 3-1 Toronto. The Blue Jays 0 for 6 today with runners in scoring position. One and one.
Oh, that's the difference maker right there, is Ferguson looking on. That's Slambio from Hamilton. A lot of swings and misses, low batting average against, 144 since last year on that pitch.
What a find Hamilton was for the Yankees, and he's become a force out of that bullpen.
And the ability to go multiple innings for Hamilton.
Three and two. Bichette on deck. The old inside move, fake. Kiermaier scurries back. And he ends up walking Vlad Guerrero Jr. to load the bases for Bichette.
Yeah, a much more patient Guerrero in this series than we saw the Yankee home opener in that series at home. laying off some tough pitches.
Bichette 1 for 2 with a walk. And that's a clock violation. So he's down in the count 1-0 now.
Not only is Bichette ahead in the count 1-0, he got a good look at that Slombio first pitch.
One and one. And 1-2. Bases loaded. Such a big moment in this game now. Yankees struggling to score runs. They're down by 2. High fly ball down the right field line. Soto will make the catch in foul territory. Tagging and scoring is Kiermaier. Moving to third is Springer. It's a sac fly for Bichette, and it's 4-1 Toronto.
Really good hitting from Bichette right there, just making sure he got that ball underneath and up in the air down the right field line on a good pitch that was down and away.
So here's Justin Turner, first and third, 2 outs. And a strike to Turner. Turner is 0 for 3. Double play, ground ball, fouled out to the catcher and grounded back to the pitcher. One and one. One and two. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. 2 runs in this inning, turning a 2-1 Blue Jay lead to a 4-1 lead. Just got a piece to stay alive. Swing and a miss, got him. But 2 runs on 2 hits with 2 men left. We go to the 8th. Well, fans, go to @YesNetwork on your X and vote for the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. Is it that guy? Number 1, Anthony Volpe. Number 2, Juan Soto. Number 3, Clark Schmidt. We go to the 8th, top of the order. Anthony Volpe starts it off. He's 0 for 3. He's had a rough series, 1 for 11. That's his average is now at .333. And John, it's not fair to put it all on Volpe because everyone but Soto has stopped hitting.
Yeah, and even there was a little stretch where Soto had a couple of games. John Snyder keeping the lefty Cabrera in to face Volpe, and I'm sure he wants him to face Soto next.
Fly ball left center. Varsho for the first out. So here's Soto. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. Drove in a run with a double in the 5th. That's the Yankees' only run. Drove in Oswaldo Cabrera. Inside. And he stares out at Cabrera, somewhat playfully.
A slider that just backed up.
One and one. One-two on Soto.
Soto a little off balance those last 2 sliders. Take his time out and regroup a little bit. It's not a swing we're used to seeing from Juan Soto.
Two and two on Soto. Driven deep to right field. Springer turns, looks, see ya. Soto keeps doing it. It's 4-2 Toronto.
This guy is unbelievable. 2 sliders where it looked like he couldn't pick up the baseball, an off-balance swing, and then just grinds the at bat and gets a pitch to hit, and he didn't miss it.
Now leads the team with 17 ribbies. Here's Judge. And a strike. Quickly down on the count, 0-2. Also, it was 500th career RBI, and he's the 7th youngest player since 1977 to get to 500 career ribbies. He's 25. Swing and a miss. Judge has struck out 3 times. He's 0 for 4, and he is 0 for 12 in the series.
And another look. Fastball right down the middle. Cabrera had confused Soto a little bit with the sliders. Challenges him with a fastball and does not get away with it. That back knee going straight down to the ground, giving him the drive and the power.
Strike to Rizzo.
It was an old Kevin Long thing, the hitting instructor for the Yankees back in the day. He loved that back knee driving straight down to the ground. Both of those guys were together in Washington.
0-2 on Rizzo. One and two. Still 1-2. Swing and a miss. Rizzo down on strikes. But Soto, it's like he baited Cabrera, gives him a look after that breaking ball and a smile back. There's no smile by Cabrera after this. At the end of 7.5, it's the Blue Jays 4, Juan Soto 2. We start at the bottom of the 8th inning, and Ernie Clement swings through a Slombio, 0-1. It's 4-2. Blue Jays lead, looking for the sweep. Oh, 2. How often in life, not even in sports, but in life, is anything better than as advertised? And obviously we know how great Soto was, but Soto has exceeded all the expectations, John. He is just an incredible player, and he shows it every single day.
Well, I think the appreciation when you watch him daily, but when you also watch his at-bats from pitch to pitch.
Diving stop there by Oswaldo to take a double away from Clement. So these are the youngest players with 500 ribbies. Cabrera was 24, Pujols was 24, Andrew Jones, Soto, Griffey, A-Rod, and Beltre. Nice company.
But I just think back to that last at bat when he did not look good on the slider. He takes an off-balance swing, and you're like, that didn't look good. We haven't seen a whole lot of that. And then afterwards, after his timeout, it was like a completely different person, locked in. And we talked about it, spring training, beginning of the year, the importance of every at bat to that young hitter. You could see it every day.
Schneider takes a strike, the count 0-2. And Schneider down on strikes. All right, it's time to name that Yankee. Now, you said you were a teammate, John. Played for the Yankees from 05 to 09. A teammate of yours in 05.
Melky.
Good job. Melky Cabrera. Well, that's going to do it, as Aaron Boone is going to call on Victor Gonzalez with Varsho due up. So Hamilton gets the first 2 outs at the bottom of the 8th. The Yankees are trailing this one 4-2. This coverage begins at 6 with Audi batting practice today in the pregame, with first pitch scheduled for 7:05. And remember, if you get Yes on TV, then you get the Yes app for free, or sign up for a subscription. Victor Gonzalez in his 8th game will try to slow down Dalton Varsho, who has 2 home runs and 3 of the 4 ribbies for the Blue Jays today. Want to know? You look ahead to the 9th inning. Stanton, Torres, and Verdugo for the Yanks. Hit sharply and grabbed by Gleyber Torres. And that'll do it. So Gonzalez gets the job done. The Blue Jays go down in order against 2 Yankee pitchers. Can the Yankees rally in the 9th?
Buick drive of the game is going to be a pitch by pitch to Cabrera to Juan Soto. Slider, doesn't get a good look at it. Slider, awkward swing. Then he locks in, takes a good slider down, and then the pitch Cabrera is going to want back. Fastball that he tried to sneak by. Juan Soto couldn't do it, and that is your Buick drive of the game.
Well, Soto has 3 hits and a walk. He's been on base all 4 times, giving him both Yankee runs. And he leads the team with 17 runs batted in. New pitcher for the Blue Jays, try to close it out. Eric Swanson came off the IL yesterday, missed the first 3 weeks with right forearm inflammation. Pitch outside. Now, John Schneider said before the game that Jordan Romano might be available for back-to-back, but apparently they are not going to push him, so they go to Swanson to try to close it out.
A pretty good choice, too. Swanson had a good year last year, good setup guy, split finger fastball, four-seamer, and a slider.
IKF takes over at second base for Schneider. Drilled deep to left field. There it goes. See ya. A monster moonblast by Giancarlo Stanton, and the Yankees pull to within 1. Wow. Just wow.
Well, he thought Stanton might have a good afternoon because he had great numbers coming in against Gausman, but there against Swanson, a moonshot. 5th of the year.
437 feet. Here's Gleyber Torres, pitches low, 1-0. Fifth home run, 10th ribby for Stanton. Wherever that ball is, it has a dent in it. Two and one. Clay Holmes warming just in case. There's a bottom of the 9th. Three and one.
Another look. Had that sound right away.
Hit sharply and a base hit for Gleyber Torres. So the tying run is on for the Yankees here in the 9th.
Looked like a split that just kind of sat there right in the middle, and you could tell by Giancarlo Stanton's reaction. He knows it's going a long way.
That'll bring up Verdugo. Runner on first. Big cut. Tim Meza is up in the bullpen. So this is Swanson's first time on a big league mound this year. As we mentioned, coming off the IL after 3 weeks. Right forearm inflammation. One and one. Two and one. .39 ERA last year for Swanson, setting up Romano. 1.50 from August on. Line drive down the right field line. It is a base hit. Cutting over a Springer. He cuts the ball off. Verdugo's going for 2. He will make it. And stopping at third is Gleyber Torres. Second and third, nobody out for the Yanks.
Well, you love the fight Yankees showing here in the top of the 9th inning. Trying to finish off a comeback, another split that's out over the plate. And again, like last night, Verdugo just gets out and is able to keep it fair, hooking it down the right field line.
That's a heck of a play by Springer to stop that from going past. If it does, it's a tie game. Blue Jays bring the infield in to cut off the tying run. Here's Cabrera. And a strike.
The guy you want up here, 2 for 3 today. Great hitter with runners in scoring position, 471.
Oh, 2 on Oswaldo. Yankees trying to claw back, trying to salvage the final game of this 3-game set. Holmes is ready, but there's a bottom of the 9th. Fouled away. The tying runs at 3rd. Go ahead runs at 2nd. Now bringing the infield in, the Blue Jays are gambling that a ball doesn't squeak through and allow 2 runs to score. He is really battling. Long run for the 3rd baseman. And Clement could not come up with it.
See that split from Swanson, not really diving down in the zone, kind of going side to side. Yankees have been able to take advantage of that here in the 9th.
The 0-2 hit sharply, foul.
New customers can get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed on any $5 bet.
Looks like Cabrera broke his bat on that foul ball. Get some new lumber. Yankees tried to battle back in the 9th yesterday, but a brilliant play by Varsho really saved the Blue Jays. Trying to battle back again today. Chop to 2nd, runner holds. 1 down. And that's going to do it for Swanson. With Wells due up, they're going to call on the lefty Meza, and let's see if Boone counters with Trevino. And it looks like Trevino's coming out of the dugout. So Schneider knew the move, and he knew what Boone was going to do, and he said, let's get Swanson out and bring Meza in. This game is Bob and Jack will have highlights and analysis. Meredith is going to get player interviews in the clubhouse, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report, plus a look ahead to the upcoming series with the Tampa Bay Rays. Tim Meza comes on. This is his 10th game of the year, and the Yankees counter by sending up Jose Trevino to pinch hit for Wells. That's who the Yankees have remaining on the bench.
Meza, the lefty, is all about sinker, sliders, keeping the ball on the ground. Blue Jay defense in again.
It's amazing how far in Guerrero is. He's way in at first. Almost, John, as if he's expecting a bunt.
Yes, safety squeeze.
Anything hit hard that way, he's going to have a hard time going laterally. He's just not going to have much time. There it is, a base hit for Trevino. Torres scores. They'll hold Verdugo at 3rd. Trevino comes up big off the bench, an RBI single. The game is tied at 4.
Well, Trevino has been one of the hottest hitters for the Yankees. Really picked it up over his last 4 games. And gets an elevated sinker and just drills it to right field. Snyder, the second baseman, was able to slow it down, but Verdugo had to freeze on a liner. That's IKF at second now. Had to freeze on a liner. That's why he was held at third. Kiermaier with a strong throwing arm.
They keep the infield in. Volpe's at the plate. First and third, one out. Game tied at 4. And a strike. Trevino's pinch hit, the Yankees' 10th hit of the afternoon. Blue Jays have 8 hits. Count is 0-2 on Anthony. Volpe's 0 for 4. He's 1 for 12 in the series. Just missed inside. On deck, that guy, Juan Soto. First time Volpe has faced Tim Meza. Two and two. Bowden Francis. Yankees saw him as a starter. He's up in the bullpen. So the count is full. He doesn't want to lose Volpe and then have to deal with Soto with the bases loaded. Volpe calls his timeout. Takes a deep breath. Now he's back in. Verdugo off third. Trevino off first. The payoff. Popped up. Guerrero makes the play. 2 down. And now Meza will go up against Soto, and Pete Walker, the pitching coach, will talk to him. Let's talk this through, John. There's a base open, but there's a lefty on the mound against a lefty hitter. And then on deck is Aaron Judge, who in the series is 0 for 12 with 7 strikeouts. What do you do?
If you're the manager, John Schneider, do you have the guts to pull that one off? The walk of Soto to get to Judge? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because, I mean, there is a lefty on the mound, so you would think
Yes.
that counteracts Soto in some way. But I think that with the base open, it allows you to be very careful.
And this is the 8th inning against Cabrera, the lefty. The fastball that caught too much of the plate. This guy is built for big moments. A big one here.
He's had a big day. He's a triple away from the cycle. Single, double, home run, and he's walked. Home run in the 8th seemed like it jump-started the Yankees. Their offense was dead. They came north. The offense went south, but they've tied the game, and now a chance to go ahead here in the 9th. Infield backs up with the 2 outs. Now remember, this is the 3rd batter faced by Meza. So they could bring in a righty to face Judge if they want. One and one.
Well, the shortstop Bichette is shading up the middle. There's a big hole on the left side, and we know Juan Soto, the ability to drive the ball all over the field.
Also, Clement is back at third. There's a chance to push the bunt, which he's done. 2-1, but Juan Soto wants to get a big hit here. Verdugo at third. Trevino is at first. Three and one. Well, they're expecting Soto to expand his zone. He's not going to do that, so he's going to walk if they keep throwing pitches like that. They've got to come into that 17-inch zone. So Soto has worked it to 3-1. Mesa deals. There's a strike. Soto thought it was ball 4.
See the little tilt of the head, a little question mark for the home plate umpire, and we get another look at it. Slider down. Kirk brings it back up.
Trevino will go from first. Ball 4. Mesa thought he had that one. Well, so that loads the bases.
Mesa's thinking, if I got the one before, I'm going to get this one too. But Soto again shaking his head. It's not a strike.
A big moment for Aaron Judge. Bases loaded, tie game in the 9th. Yankees trying to break a 3-game losing streak, and Judge looking for his first hit of the series. 1-0.
And the lefty stays in to face him.
And Francis is ready. He's been throwing. 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1. Big moment for Judge, who has not yet broken out this year. He does have 3 home runs and 9 ribbies. But you saw the numbers for this series. It hasn't happened for him, but he can erase all of it right here. And a strike. 1-2. He didn't like that call.
It's not a strike. It's off the plate.
Clearly inside.
Well, Aaron regrouping with his timeout, trying to get his mind right.
Bases loaded. 2 runs in. Game is tied. We're in the 9th inning. The captain of the Yankees at the plate. 2-2. And the pitch. Checks the swing, and the count is full at 3-2. Start the merry-go-round. The payoff pitch about to come with 2 outs. And the pitch. Grounded, fair, inside third, kicks off the sidewall. 1 run scores, 2 run score. They'll hold Soto at third. It's a big 2-run single for Aaron Judge. And the Yankees have come all the way back to lead 6-4.
What a comeback by the Yankees, finished off by Aaron Judge. Finally gets a pitch to hit on the inner half and just keeps it fair right down the third base line. Runners on the move. Verdugo scores easily. Here comes Trevino. Soto to third, and the Yankee captain comes through.
Clement had no chance, and the Yankees needed that, and Judge needed that. Here's Rizzo. And a strike. The 0-1. 1-1. Rizzo singled in the first. Since then, 2 strikeouts and a foul out to third. One and two. Rizzo, the 9th Yankee to come to the plate. 2-2. Soto's on third. Judge is on first. Judge with RBIs number 10 and 11 on the season. His first hit of this series. Foul back. That's the man who started it. The long home run. And the 2-2. Grounded foul. The 2-2. Rizzo battling.
And Mesa trying to run that sinker in on his hands. Anthony Rizzo always gives you a good at bat against the lefty, just grinding, fouling off tough pitches.
Swing and a miss. That'll do it. Yankees were 3 outs away from getting swept, but they had other ideas, starting with a long home run off the bat of Giancarlo Stanton. And then the hits just started coming, one after the other, and finally the captain comes up clutch with a 2-run single. Yankees lead. The 9th inning, the drive-in 2. The 2, that's the difference in the game right now. Yankees lead 6-4, trying to avoid the sweep at the hands of the Blue Jays. Trevino got the big pinch hit single. He remains behind the plate, and Clay Holmes in his 9th game, he is 6 for 7 in save opportunities. He will try to get the final 3 outs.
And he's had a couple of days off, so he should be fresh. Trying to finish off the bottom of the 9th, take this last game, and enjoy that off day tomorrow.
So with Kirk due up, they're going to send Daniel Vogelbach up to pinch hit for Kirk. The one lefty they have on the bench today. And there's a strike. Ball dropped by Trevino, but a strike nonetheless. One and one. These two teams don't meet again until the end of June. That's at Yankee Stadium. So it'll be a while before they see each other. And a strike, 1-2 on Vogelbach.
Holmes with a scoreless 9th inning Sunday in Cleveland. Walked 1, struck out 1.
High pop up. Volpe says, I've got it, and he does. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Here's Kiermaier. Pitch high. Lined into center field, coming on Judge. I'll let the plate on a hop. Third hit for Kiermaier. Also walked. He came into the game hitting 143.
Yeah, that's a big one too for the Blue Jays. You get a runner on and a 2-run game, and now the top of the lineup.
So here's the dangerous George Springer. One and 0. That slider's been so effective for him this year. 1 and 1. Big cut. 97-mile-an-hour sinker. 1 and 2.
Well, a perfect slider down and away, followed up by 97 in on the hands. That is a lot to handle.
Inside. Soft ground ball, too slow to get 2. They take the out at first. Kiermaier advances to second, 2 down. And here's Vlad Guerrero. Last out. Yankees 1 out away. And a strike. 98 miles an hour. You can see that Holmes is well rested. And now John Schneider just got thrown out of the game. He's been complaining about balls and strikes, especially with Meza. And Ryan Willis has finally heard enough.
Well, I'd say this has gone both ways, too. Aaron Judge had a ball called a strike that was way off the plate. John Schneider's been barking the last couple of innings.
He had said too much for Willis. Willis goes toward the Blue Jay dugout and said, "What you talking about? Threw him out." The 0-1. 1 and 1.
We'll get back to this matchup, and it's a good one. Guerrero has had his moments against the Yankees. He's not thinking base hit RBI. He's thinking one big swing of the bat to tie this game up.
2 and 1. And there's a strike. 2-2. Blue Jays down to their final strike. Yankees 1 strike away. They lead 6-4. We're in the bottom of the 9th. The runner at second. 2 men out. 2-2 count. Holmes rocks and deals. Grounded up the middle. Nice play by Volpe. Throws to first. Got it. Oh, what a beautiful play. And the Yankees win 6-4 as they avoid the sweep. And they go 3-3 on their road trip. What a play by Volpe.
What a way to end it. You could talk about the Yankees offensively. 5 runs in the last 2 innings to steal this one. And then the great defensive play from the Gold Glover to end it. Yankees end a losing streak. Get on that flight back home and enjoy that day off tomorrow. What a play by Volpe.
What a heck of a play. It looked like it was ticketed for center field. Holmes loved it. And Volpe had to do the 360, get up, and fire a strike to Rizzo. Gleyber Torres made the call. Volpe was pumped up, and what a comeback for the Yankees. Their bats awakened with 4 runs in the 9th inning, and they avoid the sweep and the big hit by the struggling captain Aaron Judge with a 2-run single. And they all started with the home run from the bat of Giancarlo Stanton. So a team effort to come back and take one in this 3-game set. Well, the flight to New York just got a whole lot shorter as the Yankees beat the Blue Jays 6-4 here in Toronto.